Joining me today to discuss cybersecurity is Dr. Damiano Bolzoni, who is the CEO of Security Matters. Welcome, Damiano.
Thank you, Sid, for having us here.
Industrial cybersecurity includes a wide range of products and solutions today. Would you just give us a little overview of what you do, what Security Matters does, and where you fit, and maybe how you're different?
Yeah, sure. So Security Matters was incorporated in December 2009 to bring to the market more than 10 years of academic research in the field of anomaly detection. Some of our team members have been exposed, I would say, to industrial control system cybersecurity since 2008, so that's how the match happened. Today, our flagship product is called Silent Defense. It's a network monitoring, intelligence, and situational awareness platform that has been specifically devised for industrial control systems. And I would say where we fit, we have more than 50 plus installations around the world. We see a lot of cyber incidents, and I would like to say that we see little cyber attacks, but a lot of cyber incidents due to misconfiguration, mistakes done by operators, devices that are failing, and that's the type of value that we bring to our customers, in-depth visibility of all this range of cyber incidents. And so we have devised Silent Defense to enable cyber resilience for industrial control system networks and provide actionable intelligence to the customers when they have to operate.
One of the things that I see in my research a lot now is I've been covering cybersecurity for many years, and I think we've overcome the hurdle for the investments these days. Mm-hmm. And one of the things actually is the anomaly and breach detection solutions, I think, are helping that very much, to be honest. So I just wanted to know in your interactions, because you have been doing this for a while, if you think we have come over the hurdle. Are the investments, are people finding it easier to fund investments?
Yes, as long as we're not just talking about cyber attacks. I'm from Europe, and so, but we also have business in the United States. Actually, more than 50% of our business comes from the United States. So I would say that depending on the geographical area where you are, there will be different. The customers will target different topics. So if you are in the Middle East, they definitely want you to talk about cyber attacks and how to defend themselves from that. If you are in the United States, it's half-half. They want to see additional value on top of detecting cyber attacks. If you go to Europe, for instance, they wouldn't care less about cyber attacks. They don't feel it as a threat. They don't feel the political motive, like the attack in Ukraine or this kind of stuff. So it really depends on the geographical area, I would say.
And another thing that I'm seeing in my research is that companies seem to be struggling to maintain their cybersecurity posture. Mm-hmm. I mean, they'll put in defenses, but they can't maintain them and things like that. And the more complex the solutions, the more of a challenge that becomes. Do you find this to be true? And if so, is there something your company does that helps with that?
Absolutely. So when we created our patented algorithm 7 years ago, we realized pretty quickly that it was difficult for customers to manage and maintain the solution that we had back then, exactly because they didn't have all the expertise. There are not a lot of PhD out there, and they should not, because that's a different business that they're running. So what we have been doing in the past 2 years is basically put more and more intelligence into our solution, so that basically the customers know exactly what to do next. So it's really in the actionable intelligence line of development that we've been working.
Another trend that I've been seeing, and I'd appreciate hearing your feedback on, is the demand for support. They're looking more for services and things like that to support their efforts, the end users requesting support. Again, is that something you see? And then if so, how does your company help companies with that, or how do you address that?
So we don't do any service per se. We try to avoid doing the services because we are a technology provider. But of course, we have a number of partners, including BAE Systems, Boeing, Airbus, just to mention the defense companies that are definitely trying to enter this space. So I would say that in that case, it's a matter of the type of technology that the end users have, more like SCADA or DCS. So the DCS users are more, let's say, historically linked to their vendors, whereas the SCADA system are more open. There are more open protocols. So in that let's say, vertical, you have there is more freedom and also more competition, and you would see companies also like the telco companies trying to get those kind of services. But there is definitely a trend happening there.
Going back to the point, the question I asked before about justification for investments, is there anything special you do to help companies justify investing in your products?
Yeah, well, we usually have pilots or proof of concept, and especially when you're able to do this in a real life environment or with real life data, they immediately see the additional value because we are able to dig up events or information that they were never able to see before. So we had just an example a month ago with the utility that they expected the network to be done in a certain way, and it was completely the other way around. So for them was an eye-opener. They called their system integrator within 1 hour because they say, you need to come here now and fix this. So they basically decided to buy the solution in a week time.
Well, that's very nice.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. But it's because we have put so much intelligence into the solution that now it's almost working out of the box.
Back on partnerships, you mentioned partners. I didn't ask about partners, but you had mentioned you have partners. But that's a very, very important thing, I think, in the cybersecurity realm. And I'm just wondering if you could share how, your views of that or your strategy for doing partnerships and things like that. And your partners, of course.
Of course. I would say that specifically for certain verticals like oil and gas, I would say less for utilities, but industrial manufacturing, for instance, you need to have partnership. So we have actually a partnership that we haven't announced yet, but it will be announced very soon with a large ICS vendor in the oil and gas business, because we definitely, in that case, you really have like liabilities to meet in terms of criteria, and this sort of stuff that a small company cannot really do. So you need the partner, not just to reach out to potential end user, but also to deliver the project, right? And especially if you don't aim to be a service company, but a technology provider, you want to offload on the partner the services, and they will be happy to take them on board, right? And we see the same thing with industrial automation. One of our investors is Phoenix Contact, which is a large player in the industrial automation world, especially in Germany, but also here in the United States. And we definitely see that with their help, we can penetrate accounts that we were never able otherwise to even talk to. So it's definitely, with utilities, it's different. The utilities it's a different ball game, and even a small company can approach them.
Okay, well, thank you, Damiano.
Thanks for having us here.
Today we've been speaking with Damiano Bolzoni, who's the CEO of Security Matters. Thank you for watching.